Welcome back to the farm. I'm going to show you how we took our house well with the 1 horsepower pump and created a system that also waters our 1-acre flower farm, along with still providing water to the house so we can still shower and water the lawn while the farm is being watered. Let's get to it. A little context of where we are and what we had to deal with. We are a 1-acre flower farm in Central California, Zone 9B on the Merced River. That's what's behind me here. If you're not familiar with the area, the Merced River is the river that flows through the middle of Yosemite National Park. We're about 70 miles away. There are 2 reservoirs that the river hits before it gets to us, and that's going to play a part in how we set up our water system. Now, we do have riparian rights to the river, and as we've been building out the farm, we did run lines to the hillside, so eventually, if we ever decide to, we can run a pump and the electrical down there to pump out of the river. But that is super expensive and doesn't pencil out at this time. The other issue, the river is not always high enough to pull water out of. As you get later in the summer, the river gets lower and lower, and it's just not a viable source. You would have to have some type of well like we do here, the house well. All right, this is how we set things up. This white tank is the tank for the house. The little blue cap you see there goes down to the well. There is just a 1 horsepower pump down in the well. Because we're right next to the river brings down sand from the Sierras, so the whole farm is sand. There's sand down in the well when you get down there deep, so a stronger pump would just suck sand up. So we cannot pull more water than that pump will allow at a time without just pulling up sand and destroying our setup. So this is how we got around being able to take showers by using the water out of this tank and still watering the farm. Okay, so this is how we got around the dilemma of not using the house well to water the farm. This big green tank is a 2,500 gallon holding tank. We do use the house well tank to fill up this tank, and from there's a line that comes out of this tank. See if I can get it down below, that comes over and into this pump. This pump pumps out at 75 psi and runs out the line here out to the farm. The key to this is when the pump for the farm is on watering, it pulls out a tremendous amount of water. Maybe not quite enough to cover the whole farm out of this tank. So we do turn on the house well tank to fill up the big tank while we're watering. But we can do it at a reduced rate by not opening the valve up all the way. And that makes it so that there's a trickle or a stream of water coming into the big tank so it doesn't run dry. And at the same time, we still have pressure to the house to run the water at the house. And then after we're done watering the farm, we just leave the house well on the trickle and it finishes and tops off the tank the rest of the way. So once this pump sends the water out to the farm, let me show you how it gets dispersed to each growing area. Okay, so our water line comes out of the pump, the white PVC that's over there, and it heads underground. And one you can't see is there's another line that heads off to the other side away from these boxes. That runs the hose spigots. We didn't want to run them through the fertilization. This is a 2-gallon easy flow that is hooked into the main water line that goes out to all the irrigation in the property. And so I do fill this up once a month with fertilizer. So that's how we fertilize. And then we have our valves here that go out to all the beds. There's another set of them around the corner. And from there, those lines head out to the growing beds. And I'll show you how we control the water pressure, because at 75 psi going out to a garden bed, that is a lot of pressure. So this is one of our growing beds. Each growing bed is 4 rows. Each row is 45 feet long, 30 inches wide. We do try and mark them with what's on them. And so each row has a line running to it. So these 4 rows are on one valve, and then each row has its own line. And then we do have a pressure reducer. So the white piece you see there takes the PSI down to 10 PSI. And then we put a little valve before we run into the line, so we can turn off each row manually. And then we run the hard line drip irrigation. So we have drip in these rows every 9 inches. Each emitter is 1 gallon, and we run 3 lines, and they're just capped at the end. The only variation we have on this is if it is a growing bed that's going to be direct seeded, so sunflowers or sweet peas, then we will bury these lines. We did try drip tape our first year, and we had animals come up from the river at night when it was really hot, and they will punch holes, chew into the little drip tape, and we had leaks everywhere. So this hard plastic line, they don't seem to mess with. And then the last piece is our timer. We do have an Orbit beehive. The app on the phone, I love it. It works great. So I can control everything, program everything from my phone, and it hooks up right here. We have 2 of these. We have 16 valves, and this only holds 12, so we had to have another setup just to hold the rest of the valves. So that's it. It's not super complicated. I hope it's something that you found interesting and can help you out. And remember, live life in full bloom.